What's up, guys? Rob Mago and Jerry Lashway, Manchester Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We've been getting a lot of questions about different laws that are being passed around the country. We've talked a little bit about it, about the whole body-to-body control or positional control that's utilized in the grappling arts such as Jiu-Jitsu, and a lot of places are limiting that, and people are asking us, well, what do we do in place of it? And that's a good question, because we've racked our brains a few times, and if you've only got yourself or even another person or two to try to control someone, it is pretty tough to control them by just their limbs.
Absolutely.
So I mean, you'll see in group homes or places like that where they have a lot of staff and they have one person and they've dealt with that person many times. They have procedures in place where everybody has a leg and an arm and head control and stuff like that. But the average police officer or security person or executive protection, I mean, you're oftentimes alone, especially cops.
Right.
In Connecticut, there's no two-person cars in most places. There's a few maybe around the state, but oftentimes you're alone and you're trying to control somebody. And a lot of the people now taking away what we can do are people don't even understand how to control someone, don't understand what we do. Didn't ask any of us who teach all the cops what we should take into consideration for changing, and they just change it. Like, one of the things you control is the armbar, right? They said no armbar controls, and at first I'm like, what are they talking about, armbar control? And we asked them for clarification. They sent a picture of this, okay? Which, first of all, isn't an armbar that we would teach police for the most part, but they were arguing the leg over the neck is a choke in their minds. So go ahead, apply the armbar, Jerry, until I tap. Yeah, as you can see, I'm clearly speaking, talking. There's no pressure on my neck whatsoever. He's just controlling my head with his leg, making sure that my body doesn't escape, okay? But that was their excuse for no armbar controls, is they had seen a picture of this somewhere along the line.
And said, oh my God, that leg could choke them.
That's a choke, yeah, they don't like that. So that's what they took out, but they described it as armbar control, which you know as well as I do. I got cops now asking me, like, all right, if I'm taking somebody out of a car, can I use like Kimura locks and bar hammer locks and stuff like that? Is that illegal?
Right.
And I don't know, because at the end of the day, they're saying that that's the armbar, but you know as well as I do, someone now sues, and now without qualified immunity, I see they passed them today that they're going to take all that away from cops. So now you have this situation where you're going to get sued all the time over a simple come along.
Exactly. And just somebody's word without actually understanding use of force and how it really applies and the dynamics of a stressful situation. And I mean, all of it goes into it, right? What's their heart rate? How were you running before of this? How tired are you? Are you trying to control this guy to arrest him? There's just too many variable factors that people are trying to make decisions about that are clearly out of their depth. They don't know. Yeah, what we were talking about earlier, I've never managed a restaurant in my life, but it would be like me trying to go around and tell every restaurant now how they need to go about their food handling procedures.
Yeah,
right?
because one place had somebody food poisoning. So we got to shut them all down, right?
Exactly.
So when we talk about body-to-body control, because I actually had a couple of people ask me, what are you talking about? Because they don't train, they don't understand. We're talking about using your actual body to control the body of another person, okay? Versus just holding an arm, okay? Like, this isn't gonna hold him down. If I have a lot of other people with me and we can all hold an arm and a leg, well, that's different. But if I'm by myself, or even with another person, and I need to control a person that wants to get away from me, I need to have some level of body-to-body contact to control, where I can control their head, I can control their hips, okay? Whether it's side control, whether it's my favorite for law enforcement, like a neon, we say neon belly, but I'm more like for law enforcement down by his hips, but this can be kind of anywhere. And this is a great way to control someone. I can see it around me, I can control their movement, they can't just escape, I'm not really hurting them. And honestly, I can put almost no pressure all the way through. I can really drive a lot of pressure into them. And I think that's where people get the mistake, is they just see these positions, and if they don't train, they assume that it's all the same.
It's all the same. And you were just kneeling across my hip in lower abdomen for, 25, 30 seconds, and at no point did you even see me remotely distressed for breathing, right? Even right now, I just sat up and we're talking, there was no distress.
So what we want people to understand that train with us and follow with us and come to our classes for law enforcement, security, whatever, is that there is like a volume dial on position, okay? That volume can be all the way down, where I'm putting almost zero pressure, and I can turn that volume up as needed all the way to a 10 and really put in the pressure, and I can adjust that very quickly if needed.
And I can go up and then back down again. Right?
Correct.
It's not
depending
like
on the resistance that I'm facing. Okay, so if you are, supervisor, if you're in charge of training, if you're in charge of what kind of classes and what kind of training programs your people get, I would really hope you would really educate yourself. Come down, get on the mats, feel it for yourself, see it for yourself, understand what you're taking away from them by limiting them of that body-to-body control. Now, it hasn't been completely removed in Connecticut yet,
no,
but I would say it's not far from happening.
Yeah, no, I would say, and with the governor's executive order, it's black and white until it's not black and white, and that's kind of the unfortunate part, because people, in it literally says, we can't do anything that compresses the chest. Okay,
Correct.
What's CPR?
Yeah, exactly. The CPR is compressing the chest. So if you want to get technical, and that's the thing, is lawyers will be technical in court.
Yeah.
They'll say you armbarred him. It says here you can't armbar him. No, I didn't do that armbar. It doesn't matter. It's an armbar. You're guilty.
Exactly.
Whether it's right or not, you're guilty. You did an armbar. And the person, it even says, even if, well, that's the New York bill. I don't want to confuse it. The New York bill says even if no injury is a result,
Right.
they're still held liable.
Yep.
So it hasn't gotten that crazy here yet, but it's probably not far from that. So all you're going to do is, by taking that away from them, that ability to control someone body-to-body contact, is they're going to have to replace that with something else. And I already tell you what that's going to be. That's going to be swinging fists, swinging flashlights, batons, whatever you carry for.
Usage,
Yeah, exactly.
And like we had spoken about the funnel, all you're doing is making it a faster funnel with fewer options.
To the most severe tool to use.
The most severe, exactly.
Yep. So hopefully that helps. Maybe a few years of them realizing they made the wrong decision, they'll come back around. But right now, it's we're kind of stuck in the middle where it hasn't gotten awful yet here, but it certainly could very quickly. And I think the other option you're going to give cops is they're just not going to do anything, or they're just not going to do anything. They're going to. I've talked to many security type people over the years that aren't police, and without mentioning specific companies, and they'll tell you, we're trained, we have firearms, they have us guarding an area, but they outright tell us, if someone just let them do whatever they want to do. You're just there as a fixture. You're not really there to do anything. You're there as a fixture. We don't want you to do anything.
You're a visual deterrent.
That's it. All right, so anything else to add, Jerry?
No, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully there's some light at the end of this tunnel, but right now it's looking bleak. I don't like the direction it's going, because
anyway, if you're in charge, understand what you would be taking away, because I know that there are some people calling me saying, hey, even if the law hasn't changed, they're looking at doing it as a policy. Like, even if the law didn't change, well, you know what, maybe policy-wise, we should not let you do these things. Oh, now you're taking away something that's going to make them do something worse.
Yes.
So, that's it. Thank you very much. Have a good day.